Hi guys, it's Belle here and I'm coming on with a slightly different video, which I'm sure from the title of it you would have guessed roughly what this video is about. Now, many of you know that I am a huge bookish person. It's my other great hobby, and I have this year been sharing some of my reading wrap-ups each month. They don't get a lot of views, but I know there's some of you out there who eagerly wait for them each month, so thank you so much for your support. And the rest of you will probably know that I am a huge Frankenstein by Mary Shelley fan. It's my favorite classic novel of all time. I repeat myself, and it's one of my favorite novels of all time too. If you didn't know that, hello and welcome. And so I had been talking a little while ago with someone about the fact that I have several copies of this, and then had the idea that I might want to share them with you guys. So there are several kinds of bookish people. I have found there are people who are readers, and whether that means they just get books from a library or read a book once and give it away, or their main focus is on the reading. And then there are book collectors. Now they might be people who read and collect, or they might just be people who collect and don't read, and they collect specific special editions or collections. And then there are people like me who are both readers and collectors. Now, if you've watched any of my reading wrap-ups, you will have seen I love a beautiful book. I really do love a beautiful book. Sprayed edges, special edition covers, special edition books, limited edition ones, like whatever they are, I love them. But there are some books that are favourites of mine that I will actually get different copies of, because I love the book so much and I love all the different covers and I can't make up my mind. And I'm going to be sharing my collection of Frankensteins. I will just say, guys, this is the only book that I have this many copies of. There are a couple of others that I also have some different copies of, like my Dracula collection and that. But this is the only one that I have 8 at the moment. 8 different covers for my Frankenstein. Please don't judge me. People collect all sorts of things. People collect stamps. People collect badges. People collect ornaments. I collect books, and I collect different copies of my favourite novel. So let's get started. The first one I want to share with you is this. This is Frankenstein, obviously, by Mary Shelley, or the Modern Prometheus, and this is part of the Great Writers Library. Now, when I was a teenager, I loved reading classics, and the Great Library came out. It was like a magazine collection, and every other week, I think, they would come out with a new novel, and they would come out with the magazine to go with it, which would tell you interesting bits about the novel, the author, talk about others of the works, what inspired them, all that kind of thing. And I collected every single one of those books as a teenager and read them all. And they were all sort of 19th century, but 1800s onwards classics into the 1920s. And Frankenstein was one of those books, and this was my first ever copy of Frankenstein. It was also my first ever time reading Frankenstein, so this is a very important book to me. It's over 30 years old. I will never get rid of this collection, and in specifically this particular book, even though it's not that beautiful. I love the Gothic font on here and the gilding. Here's the spine. I also love this painting. This gives Frankenstein vibes so much, but it also gives Prometheus vibes. And Frankenstein, the title of it is Frankenstein, or the Modern Prometheus. That's what it's always called, as you can see here. And in this one, we have an image of Mary Shelley. I don't even know if it knows. It says this was reprinted in 1992. And I love the sort of Germanic Gothic script there. We have the preface by, or just a preface. I don't know if that's actually the one by Shelley, because sometimes they put the one by Shelley in it. And we have a picture of Mary herself. I love this. I love the atmosphere. Now, you will see in my collection of books, there tends to be 2 different styles that people go for when doing the cover of Frankenstein books. I am really showing my nerdy side today. They tend to go for either very classic, inspired by the book itself, which this definitely is, or they go more inspired by the movie that came out in the 30s with Boris Karloff playing Frankenstein's creature in it. I don't mind which way, actually. I just like a pretty cover, so I really don't care. But yes, it's just interesting. There tend to be those two different types. So anyway, that's my first ever book. It is quite loved. It is discoloured. It is moved many times with me, and it's a very special book. And this one is probably my least favourite cover that I'm going to show you. Now, this is a Puffin's classic cloth-bound cover. And this is red with silver and blue that is foiled. Look at that. I do wish the font was more gothic. I don't like the block font on this. Here is the spine. How beautiful is that? And on the back we have a quote. Now that I had finished, the beauty of the dream vanished, and breathless horror and disgust filled my heart. Victor. And here we have the end pages, blue, beautiful, lightning. We have this light blue ribbon in here as well. I do love it when they have a ribbon bookmark. Then we have this stitching, beautiful little silhouette of Frankie. We have the preface by Mary Shelley. When was this one? 2020 this was published. And then we go into it and we have the lightning at the start of each of the chapters, which I love. And yeah, this is my least favourite, but only because the red, to me, I don't really like the red. That would have worked best for Dracula. The Dracula book, I think, has black on it. I do have the Dracula version too. But beautiful nonetheless, and shiny. Then we have this one. This was a more recent purchase. And there is a couple of different, I think there's another cover that's similar to this. This is the Penguin Classics. It's almost in a faux leather cover. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. The other smaller one has just the hearts on it, but I love the fact that this has a quote on the front, and we have, "The world was to me a secret which I desired to divine." And then on the back, "My candle was nearly burnt out when, by the glimmer of the half-extinguished light, I saw the dull yellow eye of the creature open." Dun, dun, dun. How could that not pull you right in? Now, what I love about this is I love the kind of teal aqua colour of this one. I really do. There's also silver, love a bit of shine. And if you can see with these hearts, they're debossed. Now, if you've been around my channel for any length of time, you will know that I like two things in my crafting. I like texture, and I like adding embossing or glimmer or something like that. So it is no surprise that some of the books that I own have both of those things. That's what's going to draw my attention to a cover. We have this very deep navy blue satin bookmark. We have plain end pages, which is a shame. And this was published 2015. We have the preface again by Shelley. There's nothing on the chapter headings, which is a bit of a shame, but you know, the cover makes up for it. So, oh, how beautiful is that? Then we have this one. This is a little bit different, and I love this one. I'm really hoping the light's going, but I'm hoping that shimmer is really picking up. It's like peacock feathers, and each of them has a gold going into a bronze, into a green, and then the blue in the middle. And then look, guys, gold gilding on the edge. I mean, how can you not love it? How can you not? This was a gift. I love this. This is also embossed, so it's just beautiful to feel. This is a Chiltern novel. They do several of these, again, different books in these covers, these types of covers. Plain end pages, a little bit about Frankenstein. When was this one published? 2019. Now, the pages in here are very glossy. I don't like glossy pages when I'm reading, but firstly, it was a gift. And secondly, I can put up with the glossy for the cover and the gold sprayed edges. I mean, come on, beautiful. This one I also picked up earlier this year, or last year, late last year. No, it was earlier this year. And again, beautiful. This is a Page Classics. They've gone full out movie inspired. Full out. Just look at it though, guys. Just how can you not? I mean, look, just look at it. Just this is all as well embossed. So not only do we have the gilding, we have the embossing down the side of the spine. Here we have faux stitching, which I just love. This is the spine itself. How beautiful is that, with the little skull as well? I mean, just look at it, guys. It's just beware, for I am fearless and therefore powerful. You tell him. Just look at that. Just this is so delicious. The end pages. Now, these are my favorite end pages in any book. This one in particular. This gives me the novel, like the classic Mary Shelley. When I picture Frankenstein in my head, this is how I picture him. Now, one of the funny things as well about this is not only is this stunning, it's beautiful, it's one of the sort of classic scenes, most well-known scenes in the book. And you really get the sense of who the monster is here, rather than the sort of caricature one from the movies, who I still adore. But this also gives me Hulk vibes. I think it's the green Hulk smash. But this is stunning. My favourite end pages in any book. And on this side, we have Victor Frankenstein's home abode with all the lightning and the trees. And then we go from this to back to the classic monster. And this is 2023. I love the pages in here. It's nice to touch and the writing's quite large. And as I'm getting older, we appreciate that. We do. There's no bookmark in this one. But again, I mean, look at that. And the end pages alone. I mean, do I need to say more? And this one, guys, is again slightly different. This is a cloth bound, but this is a soft cloth bound. So whereas this is a cloth bound hardback, this is completely solid. This is a soft cloth, so it moves. Do you see that? Look at this. We've got silver and green shimmer again, guys. Again, I wish the font was more gothic. It's just so beautiful. It gives me Victorian vibes with the swirls and everything. This is the back. To examine the causes of life, we must first have recourse to death. I became acquainted with the science of anatomy, but this was not sufficient. I must also observe the natural decay and corruption of the human body. Victor Frankenstein. This is a paper mill press. I always got to say mess. Now, the thing I love about this one, I think they do another one of this, but with the monster on it. I could be wrong. But I love the hand. Now, this is not really in the book. This gives much more zombie vibes, you know, the undead vibes. But I love it. It's very different. The cover's soft and beautiful to touch. And the shimmer, the green. I mean, I really hope that's picking up. I really don't think it's doing justice at all. In real life, this is so bright green. And I'm just not getting the shimmer on camera. There we have that. We even have the little stone there too. Beautiful kind of sage green end pages. Beautiful green ribbon. And then we have the hand again. These are all the paper mill press classics that they've done. We have the hands here. When was this? 2018, this book. And again, I just love this. And I'm going to show you actually. So Paper Mill Press brought out another one. And this is my latest copy. I picked it up this week. And when I saw it, I couldn't say no. Ba-bum! Oh my gosh, guys, look at it. Just really take that in. Look at that copper foiling. And this is so different. You've seen my other covers. It's so different. It's got this kind of vibe, but it's so different. It actually looks like one of the tags that I've made recently for the Oddtober challenge. But just look at that. And I love the writing on this one as well. It's a deep blue. Look, just take that in. Just. And the back, we have these. Now, what I'm not happy about is I've got the label off, but it's left this stickiness. So I'm going to have to deal with that, because this is a really soft cover, like the feel to it. It's one of those matte soft ones, which means it's going to get messy. But this is silver and copper. And then look, just take this in, guys. Just look at the copper. Just. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. And then, bam, we have the lightning. We have a deep blue satin ribbon. And this is Paper Mill Press's most recent. This is actually 2025. This was brought out, so this year. Basically, it's set out exactly the same. The chapters and that are set out exactly in the same format as the other one, but considering all the books are the same, I mean, it doesn't bother me in the slightest. Soft, not glossy, but they are almost to that way, but beautiful, beautiful. And anyway, it doesn't matter, because this is what I bought it for. Oh, I love it so much. So that's my most recent one, but guys, I've left my favorite till last. This is my favourite copy. I mean, I would never get rid of my original copy, but if I could only keep one other, it would be this one. This is a painted classics, a Harper's Muse painted classic. Firstly, again, gold gilding. Come on, guys. Then we have this thick vellum cover. Now, they do several of the painted classics. I would like the Anne of Green Gables one. I read it last year. I'd got the books like super ridiculously cheap from a secondhand shop, but now I want it in this, because I love that book more than I thought I would. And can we just take a moment of silence for this cover? This cover, I think what they did was they hired artists to paint real oil paintings for the books, the different books. And so this is the one, obviously, for Frankenstein. We have Victor's home. We have the stunning sky and lightning. We have these beautiful greenery with the greens, the reds, the blues, the whites. This is embossed. Can you see that? I mean, come on, just with the little gold just there, because you don't want it in your face, the word Frankenstein. You just want to look at the artwork. And we have the side, and then, guys, it opens up. It actually does open up. And it's a complete art piece of artwork. I mean, I always think of this as the creature, but could it be Victor or someone else? But it's the creature to me. Look how dark. The world was to me a secret which I desired to divine. Even the back is embossed, guys. You see that? The raised. I mean, it's just so stunning. And the gold on the edges. Then we have this as the end pages. This reminds me of when you get your paintbrush and you kind of just put it on some paper. We have a little easel. This pretty book, yes, it's beautiful, belongs to, with the little lightning bolts. We have this, as I said, it's a Harper Muse classic. I don't know when this was done, but I know the artwork is by Lacey Fowler from 2022. So this book's got to be 2022, 2023. We have a little lightning on each of these. It's beautiful print, considering, again, eyes. And then every so often there is a page like this where it's the cover artwork. And they'll do a quote and tell you the page. So here we have the creature, there we have the castle, but on the next one, if I can find it, it will be the castle in the background with the quote and then the creature. So they alternate those. And I mean, it's my favorite cover, guys. It's just beautiful. So you've seen my favorite cover. You've seen my most recent cover. You've seen my first cover and all the covers in between. But now I want to share with you a book that is Frankenstein themed, but it is not the retelling of Frankenstein. But I know many of you out there are fans of Frankenstein, so I thought this might be, if you guys haven't got it already, this might be something you're interested in. This is called The Vault of Frankenstein, 200 Years of the World's Most Famous Monster. I mean, just look at that cover too. Very Art Deco again. This is all raised, embossed as well. And then we have Mary and some of the images from movies and things. This is the bottom. It also has a collection of replicas in it. This is a Becker and Meyer book. And look at these end pages. These are probably my second most favourite end pages. These have Frankenstein meets Haunted Mansion vibes. I mean, what? I would have that wallpaper. And this is published in 2018. Oh, be men or be more than men. Look at the eye. I'm looking at you. Introduction, then chapter 1, Rise of the Monster, chapter 2, The Monster Evolves, chapter 3, Monster of All Media, chapter 4, Frankenstein Breaks Out, chapter 5, Reanimated, chapter 6, Pop Culture Icon. And it is what it says on it. It is all about Young Frankenstein, one of the best ever movie adaptations of Frankenstein. Obviously, it's a spoof. Putting on the roots. Whose brain is that? Abby. Abby who? Abby someone. Abby normal. Anyway, and then it's all about Mary. I'm going to be careful. These are some of the pages from her original manuscript. It's all about Mary, the artwork, what's inspired. Yeah, I just have to be careful by some of it. The movies, the how it's shown up in TV. This scene from the original movie. This is my saddest scene. This always upsets me, this scene. I get emotional when I watch it. I don't like it at all. It's very upsetting. And then we have, like I said, just there's games. This is it. This page. Look, Frankenweenie. Yeah, just the Bratz dolls, Nightmare Before Christmas. Just all these, the monsters, and once again, Young Frankenstein. I mean, Gene Wilder. Come on, guys. And then right at the back, we have some replicas. So we have the Bride of Frankenstein movie poster, which I think is this one. I mean, look at that. Just look at it. I am going to get these framed. I am in the process of starting to redecorate, and it's going to be quite a project. So once that is done, I am going to frame those. Pages from Mary Shelley's original manuscript, Frankenstein or the Modern Prometheus. So we have a little photocopy of those, which I think is quite cute. A photo of Boris Karloff on the set of Universal's Frankenstein. There he is, the movie monster that has inspired the image that we often think of when we think of Frankenstein. Although, if you watch the movie compared to the book, the creature in the book is a vegetarian. He doesn't smoke. He doesn't drink. He doesn't do any of that. He even says, you know, I'm going to go live in the woods and live off nuts and berries. You live off the flesh of animals. That's part of the book. But in the movie, they make him a drinker, eats lots of meats and smokes. So, yeah, it's interesting. But obviously, this is the image we are now very much in our mind when we think of him. Playbill for Presumption, or The Fate of Frankenstein, which is the first stage adaptation of Frankenstein that we know of. This was July 20th, 1827. So here it is. This is massive. I'm so sorry. I cannot get it all in. But yeah, we have Presumption with an entirely new last scene. Comfortably to the termination in the original story, representing a schooner in a violent storm. Anyway, playbill. And then Frankenstein, the movie poster. And again, I want to get this framed. It's quite big. But look. The man who made a monster. So this is just a great book if, like me, you are a fan not only of Frankenstein, but just in like culture and how things are linked and stories and movies and all that kind of thing. It's a very, very good book. Now, I have 8 versions of Frankenstein at the moment. I will be getting more because I can't help it, guys. But there is a book coming out later. Well, it's at the end of October, but I wanted to get this up and out because I don't think I'm going to get it till maybe November. And also there's a couple of illustrated versions of Frankenstein that I've had my eye on for a while. So I may look into getting those next year or something. But the one I want to pick up this year is by Mina Lima. Now, Mina Lima are a graphic design firm, but they also have brought out over the last couple of years these books. They are the Mina Lima Classics, Harper Design, and they brought out a set of fairy tales retellings or famous book retellings. You've got The Secret Garden, you've got Peter Pan, you've got Beauty and the Beast and Little Mermaid, Wonderful Wizard of Oz. They are stunning. I have the complete collection of all their books. What makes these books so special, other than the fact that they are stunning, is that they're illustrated throughout, and they also have, guys, I'm not going to show you them all, but they have, I think it's 6, I want to say 6, maybe 8, but I think it's 6 interactive pieces in every book. Each one will be different. These have the specs in them, and then you'll be able to see something with those specs that's going to be different. Or let's see if I can find another one. I mean, look at this. I'm melting. They move. There is a movement bit in that, actually. They move. They have, I don't know what this one is. Does he move? I haven't actually looked at all of these in here, you know. Ooh, there's a little heart. Anyway, all the books have interactive elements. And the reason I'm telling you about this is they are bringing out a Frankenstein one. Now, I don't know if they're going to do the classic monsters. I would love them to also bring out a Dracula one. But I do know that this year they are bringing out Frankenstein, and I will be getting it. As I said, I have every single one of their books. Normally, I get gifted these. Normally, I put them on my list for my kids and go, oh, birthdays or Christmases. So many of these have been purchased for me by my children. And Frankenstein is coming out. They're not cheap, but I want to see what the interactive elements are with Frankenstein. I just love them. Some of the interactive elements in some of the books, they have movements, they pull out. You have like, one of them has like a whole little like play thing. It's stunning, absolutely stunning. So I'm just going to leave that down below for you guys to have a look at in case you're interested. And they're also great books to give to maybe a younger reader, you know, who you might want to introduce to classics, but give them a beautifully illustrated, oh, there's another one, beautifully illustrated copy of a classic that's also interactive and fun. Follow the yellow brick road. Look, guys, they're following the yellow brick road. Anyway, stop that now. So there we have it. I've shown you my 8 versions of my Frankenstein covers, starting with my first favourite, my most recent, until I get the Mina Lima one, and my favourite cover, and obviously the Vault of Frankenstein, which is just a little fun extra little thing that you might like. So I know this was a bit different, guys, and I'm definitely showing my geeky side in this, my nerdy side, which I'm super proud of anyway. And some of you out there might be like, this is ridiculous, you do not need more than one copy of a book. Well, each to their own. Please do not judge me. Be very kind in the comments below. I've been collecting these over many years. People have gifted them to me, and it's a book that's very special to my heart. So that's just what I love to collect. I love pretty books, and I love copies of my favourites. Let me know down below, what was your favourite copy? Do you lean more towards traditional novel, or do you lean more towards full-on inspired by the movie? Yeah, I'd love to know what your favourite was. I will try and leave links to these versions depending if I can find them. I don't know if they're all still in publication. But yes, let me know what your favourite was. And if you are like me and you have a favourite book that you have several copies with, I would love to know, because I know I'm not the only one out there who does this, but I know some of us don't talk about it. So let me know, what's your favourite book, and do you have more than one copy of it? Some of us might have childhood favourites that have fallen apart, so we've replaced those and have both. But do you have more than one copy just because you love that book and you want to collect the covers like I have? Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this. It's a bit random, and maybe next year during spooky season I'll share my Dracula covers. There's not as many books for Dracula, guys, but yes. So that's it for now. Thank you so much for watching. I'll be back again soon with another video, but until then, guys, wherever you are in the world, I hope you're having lots and lots of bookish fun. Bye for now.